As we are in the lockdown, this epidemic, coronavirus, has raised many questions in the minds of common people, religious, and students. Let's try to find out the answer to these questions from Sir. Let's start. Sir, according to you, is corona curse or blessing?
When the entire world is grappling with the unprecedented situation called COVID-19 pandemic, you are asking me whether coronavirus is curse or blessing. Well, I would say it's both curse and blessing. It's curse for millions of people who have lost their lives. It's curse for those millions of people who are affected by it. It's curse for those thousands of migrants who are suffering on the road, who are struggling on the road. It's curse for those thousands of poor people who are hungry at homes. It's curse for those thousands of women who are becoming the victims of domestic violence due to coronavirus. Contrary, it's blessing for selfish people who have hidden agendas to be fulfilled behind the door of coronavirus or in the name of coronavirus. It's blessing for those people who have gone astray. It's the right time to look into themselves and come back on the right track, or rather on the right path. They should respect to oneself. They should respect to one another. They should respect to God. They should respect the environment. Above all, they should also realize the importance of God in their lives. It's blessing for Mother Earth. Mother Earth is healing herself day by day. There is a lot of example shown in the TV channels these days. For instances, River Ganges and Yamuna are crystal clear now. In fact, nature transcends the purity even at the juncture of pandemic corona struggle in and around the humanity.
Do you see the seriousness among the people to defend COVID-19?
Definitely, we see the seriousness among the people to defend COVID-19. People are seriously trying to follow the instructions given by the government of India in general and guidelines given by WHO in particular. They are wearing masks, they are using sanitizers, they are washing their hands, they are following social distancing. Many are staying at home and trying to keep themselves safe and sound.
What is social distancing according to you?
Yeah, many people have given their opinion and their ideas on social distancing and trying to define it. But in my opinion, social distancing means keeping in touch with one another, keeping in touch with each other. We should follow the rules and regulations, norms and guidelines given by WHO, and we should live happily as well as fight with coronavirus.
In the context of COVID-19, science is blessing or curse?
Well, scientifically speaking, science is always a blessing, precisely because science has its own significance and importance in the world. It plays a vital and pivotal role in the vicissitudes of life. But I am sorry to say that science becomes curse when the selfish human beings use it and utilize it for destructive purposes, which we human beings actually should not do.
With this epidemic, mighty has brought the rich down and raised the lowly. What do you say?
Very good question. You have asked me a very good question. Listen, I look this statement in two different ways. First, economically speaking, yes, this statement is absolutely correct. The mighty has brought the rich down and raised the lowly. But secondly, broadly speaking, in terms of survival, in terms of livelihood, the mighty has raised the rich and put down the lowly. You can see the lowly are struggling on the road. You can see the lowly are suffering on the road. I think you have understood what I mean to say.
Yes. Two standards. Do you see the activeness of both the standards in the world today?
Absolutely. Two standards. Standard of God and a standard of Satan. Both are attentively active in the world these days. The standard of Satan may be very attractive, may be very lucrative. It may be very big and very huge. But finally, the standard of God will win. Because in front of God, Satan is nothing. Almighty God is the most powerful than Satan. It's God who has created the entire world. It's God who has created us. You can see finally it's God who takes care of us, who will take care of us, and as well as it's God who will protect the entire world.
How do you find the religious interpretation to COVID-19?
Well, people of different religious faiths are interpreting to COVID-19 pandemic and responding it in a different ways and different means. Many religious groups are coming out with their innovative ideas, innovative opinions, and trying to save the lives of the people. Doctors and nurses are available 24 hours to render their services. Police is helping to maintain the social distancing. Undoubtedly, different religious groups are trying to help the poor and migrant people. For example, Ranchi Jesuits, or rather Catholic Church, they are trying to help in their different ways and different means. They are trying to help the poor, they are trying to help the migrant people by providing shelter homes, distributing food items, masks, sanitizers, and above all, bringing awareness to those who are afraid of coronavirus, who are suffering, and who are in isolation.